All right, today we're jumping into a really important topic, managing anxiety. We're going to look at all sorts of strategies that don't involve medication, basically helping you build your own personal toolkit for your mental well-being. So let's dive right in. So this is the big question, right? Can anxiety actually be managed without medication? It's something a ton of people wonder about. And you know what? The answer is often yes. But, and this is a big but, it takes a proactive approach and, like we're about to see, the right set of tools. Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I have to stop here because this is probably the most important thing I'll say. This is all for informational purposes. It is so crucial that you talk to a doctor or a mental health professional to figure out what's right for you. Please, never, ever start or stop any treatment without their guidance, seriously. All right, so where do we start building this toolkit? Well, you've got to have a solid foundation, and that's where professional therapies come in. We're talking about evidence-based stuff. This is really the most effective first step for a lot of people. And check this out. This is a pretty powerful statement from the American Psychological Association. A lot of us think medication is the go-to, the first line of defense. But the APA says, hey, therapy is typically more effective. And why is that? Well, because it gives you skills you can use for the rest of your life. It's not just a temporary fix. So, one of the heavy hitters in the therapy world is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. And the cool thing about CBT is that it's not just about talking through your feelings. It's about becoming a detective of your own mind. You learn to spot the connections, how a thought leads to a feeling, which then leads to an action. It's super practical, a real skills-based approach. This really breaks down how it works. Let's take a real-world example. Say that automatic thought pops into your head, oh man, I'm totally gonna bomb this presentation. Okay, step 1, you just notice it. You don't judge it, you just acknowledge it's there. Then, step 2, you challenge it. Like, wait a minute, have I ever actually bombed a presentation before? What's the real evidence here? And finally, step 3, you reframe it. You know what? I'm prepared. I'm just gonna do my best. It's like you're literally creating new, healthier pathways in your brain. Okay, so we've got our foundation set with therapy. What's next? Well, now we build the frame. And that frame is all about your lifestyle and body-based strategies. Think of these as the daily habits that really support everything else. I mean, we all know exercise is good for us, right? But what's really interesting is that research shows that high-intensity stuff, like a good run or a fast-paced workout, can be an especially powerful tool against anxiety. It's so practical, pretty much anyone can do it, and it can give you that immediate relief. It literally helps burn off those stress hormones. And of course, what you're eating and drinking matters a lot. Even small changes can have a huge impact. Think about it. Caffeine can feel just like anxiety, with the racing heart and jitters. And alcohol? Yeah, it might seem to calm you down in the moment, but it messes with your sleep and bam, you can wake up feeling even more anxious. That's why keeping a food log for a little while can be a game changer. You start to see what your personal triggers are. And hey, this isn't just talk. There's science to back it up. A study from 2019 found a real link between diets with lots of saturated fats and sugar and higher anxiety levels in older adults. Now, does one cause the other? We can't say for sure. But it's a pretty strong hint that what you eat is a key part of that mental wellness frame we're building. Okay, so still within that lifestyle category, let's talk about some in-the-moment tools. What do you do when anxiety spikes, like right now? Here are some rapid-fire techniques you can add to your kit. First up, progressive muscle relaxation. You can even try this with me. Just make a fist, squeeze it tight for a few seconds, and now let it go. Feel that? By doing that simple tense and release thing with different muscles, you can melt away tension you didn't even realize was there. Next, a classic for a reason, deep breathing. One super simple one is called box breathing. You just breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4 again. That steady rhythm literally tells your nervous system, hey, it's okay, you can calm down. It works almost instantly. And last but not least, just get outside. Seriously, don't underestimate this one. Even just a few minutes in nature, away from all the screens and the noise, it can be so grounding. It just has this amazing way of resetting your brain. All right, so we've got our foundation, we've got the frame. What's holding it all up? The scaffolding. And that's your support network. You know, anxiety can make you feel so alone, but connection, that's the antidote, right there. And this network really has 2 sides to it. You've got the formal stuff, like support groups, either in person or online, sometimes led by a therapist.
Then you've got your informal support. Your family, your friends. It even includes things like getting accommodations at work or school to take some pressure off. You really need both.
And here's the thing about support groups. They're not just about venting, though that's important too. They're about getting real-world, practical advice from people who get it. You can get tips on finding a great therapist or how to even talk to your family about what you're going through. The biggest takeaway? You don't have to figure this stuff out all by yourself.
Phew. Okay, we've talked about a ton of different tools. So now what? How do you actually put it all together? Well, this last part is all about creating your own action plan, and most importantly, taking that first step. And remember, as you build your toolkit, that there are always new things on the horizon. Things like acupuncture, or even newer therapies like TMS. These are all things you can look into. But, and you know what I'm going to say, always explore these with a professional guiding you. And really, if you take away just one thing, let it be this. There is no magic bullet. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Managing anxiety is all about building your personalized toolkit. It's about experimenting, seeing what clicks for you, and putting together a mix of strategies that works for your life. So, I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. After everything we've gone over, CBT, exercise, breathing, support systems, what's just one tool you might explore first? Just one. Because taking that one small step, that's how it all starts. Thanks for joining me.